Boom!
Yeah, definite boom. Do you want to play that intro again? I was just getting into that.
Yeah, I was. In fact, I could probably kill it and play the rest of the album, to be fair. Right. Right, anyway, gentlemen, good evening. How you doing?
Good evening.
Howdy doody.
Good to see you, Chris. Good to see you, Carl.
Compos Mentis this week.
It is. Right, hold on a minute. I'm fucking... We've just, as you know, we've recently come in from a fantastic night, right, at Style & Barnes, which I'll talk about happily in a minute. So it was starting to get a little bit chilly. Well, it's rather warm in here, probably about 24, 25 degrees. So the fucking jumper's coming off. 22 degrees, is it? All right, okay, I over-exaggerated it again.
I'll still have the bikini on in a minute.
Anyway, right, let's have a look here. Right, anyway, welcome, lads.
Thank you.
You two chaps had a good week?
Yeah. Okay.
I was just saying to Stitch before we come on, I was okay till about 20 minutes, half an hour ago. And the fucking dog decided to have an epi and attack my bad leg.
Really? Oh, nice. Yeah.
Thought I was trying to nick his fucking food.
After all that hard working, absolutely slightly pissed the fact that obviously you have a dog that wants to manipulate your feet even further than what they are now. Right, okay. Here we go. Now, I don't know what. I'm just looking at the top here. It says 0 viewers, but obviously that's wrong for some reason. All right.
Moist is there.
Moist is. I'm going to say good evening, Moist, all crack and fighty from.
Good day, mate.
Thank you, babe. Thank you very
much.
Excuse me. It's good to have you aboard with us yet again, and here we are again.
Hi, Gordon.
Good evening, Gordon, mate. How you doing?
Evening, Gordon.
Yeah, we're all good, Moist, and we're all good, Gordon, mate. Fantastic.
That's both sides of the world covered anyway.
It is. Obviously, Gordon being fairly local, obviously, being a UK member, and Moist being over there in sunny Oz, I believe. Right, there we go. Sweet as a nut. Anyway.
Yeah, not too bad, thanks, Moist.
Yeah, likewise. Anyway, Chris, first to you, mate. I'm hoping that we're going to have, obviously, good attendance on here, obviously, on the panel. I'd like to fill up. We've got another 3 spaces if anybody would like to join us. I know there's a few, obviously, watching now. And of course, good evening, Stitch. I said good evening, Stitch. Lovely Stu, by the way. She's sitting there on the table quite happily. She's going to stick her finger up in a minute, so fair dues. Right, my pretties. She obviously isn't talking to me, right? So, no. Right.
That's the 3 of us, fuck, then.
There's not many of us here, is there?
She's watching a different channel.
No. Anyway, lads, what have you been up to this week, bike-wise? And I know for a fact, Chris, you have news, mate, because I have seen the video, obviously, and you've got news for the crew and everybody else is watching.
Yeah, I spent a fucking fortune this week.
Bought
a bike.
Yeah.
I bought a project bike, and the whole thing all along was to get something cheap, crappy, that needed a lot of work doing to it. Give me 3 or 4 months to do it, and then ride it at the end. I think most of you that know me know I've got no fucking patience. So I bought a bike that I could ride today, should I be able to.
Yeah.
And I bought a BMW GS 1200.
Very nice.
It's the low model one. So it means I'll be able to sit on it flat-footed without having to work with my spastic feet.
That's good.
And it looks okay from a distance. And it looks okay from the top, but it's got the usual road crud underneath it and paint flaking, and so it needs stuff to do, but mechanically it's sound. So if my foot wasn't an issue, I could get on it today and ride it, and then just do a bit. So I got that, and then I spent another fucking fortune buying bits to tar it up with. So I bought the BMW sat nav that goes with it. That was 500. Yeah, 500 quid.
Yeah.
I've bought a Denali Can Smart because it's got a CAN bus system on it. So if you want to go and start fucking around putting lights and horns and everything else like that on it, It makes it a lot easier. It makes everything just sort of plug and play. And then once it's all wired in and programmed, generally, if you're driving your car or whatever and you bang the horn, normally the headlights flash at the same time because you're fucking raging. It does all that as well. So it put the headlights on full beam and all the spotlights on, and the horn comes on all at once. So there's no excuse for not seeing you.
Right.
And you can make it do all pretty patterns with the lights. I'm not so much worried about that, but it's just literally the plug and play. Just got to run the wire down, plug it into the lights, plug it into this thing, and that's it. Everything's plug and play. But again, that ain't cheap. Then I found that my fucking crash helmet was out of date.
Right.
So I bought a new crash helmet as well.
Yeah.
And I kind of expected to buy one anyway. And I thought I will just double check because I think 5 years is the recommended time frame. But it does vary on how much you use the helmet. And the recommended time frame is actually 3 to 5 years now. Right. And obviously the more you ride it, then the shorter the time frame. Mine's coming up for 8 years old, and I didn't even realise. So, so it's still passed for brand new to look at it.
Yeah.
But I guess UV plays a big part of weakening it and stuff like that. So I've now bought a carbon helmet. Sorry, a carbon helmet.
Yeah.
So a lot lighter.
Yeah.
What else have I fucking bought? I bought loads of bits to go on the bike to fettle it and make it mine. I got about 6 months worth of work I've just bought to go on it. So there'll be regular videos coming.
I was going to say, so in all honesty, mate, the first episode has just gone up about your brand new bike, which probably cost absolutely fuck all, right? You spent an absolute family fortune, right, on bits, yeah? So there's going to be plenty of episodes coming up, mate.
Yeah. And of course, you all know me. The first thing that gets done is that fucking exhaust.
Yeah, you know, mate.
I've got a fucking monster of a Yoshi to go on there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it, mate. And of course, you know what you're saying. I mean, I did see the video, obviously, and obviously you said that's a special edition one, where obviously you've got the lower frame, which obviously makes it a bit of a difference for yourselves, bearing in mind the operation you've just had and obviously the problems you have had in the past. Right?
Yeah, it's I'm pretty sure I've got the other foot to come within the next sort of year, 18 months. So it'll be same sort of thing, but hopefully. I've not even sat on it yet. I swear to God, I have not got my leg across that seat. But it's sitting out in the garage. For the simple reason, and I don't know why it is, whatever bike I get, I cannot put my left leg over the seat to get on. I have to stand on the left-hand side of the bike and put my right leg over. Of course, I can't stand on my left leg at the moment.
Right.
I had to get the missus out there to wire up the fucking optimizer for me.
Yeah, I see. Chris, I'll just stop you the track slightly, mate. I've just got to say hello to a couple of lovely young ladies, mate. It's the twins, right? And they
both of them?
They are Sam, Samantha's granddaughters. So I'd just like to say hello from Weggy. It's going to be big hello from Chris. It's going to be a big hello from Carl in the corner.
Hello.
And of course, enjoy watching girls, and of course I like making them laugh with silly little videos of a stupid face, you know what I mean? That's quite easy to do. And if Anne's watching, hello Anne, all right? So enjoy, and of course I won't swear too often. Right?
I'll try not to.
No, exactly. So we've come on full steam. Anyway, that's great. Enjoy the show, girls, while you can. Going back to...
Tim Kreitz has just joined us.
Tim Kreitz, bloody hell. Tim.
Evening, mate.
Tim, we've got Tim Kreitz all the way
Tim.
from Texas. Good evening, Tim, mate. It's good to see you, buddy. Right, it's fantastic, mate. So, of course, we're globally opening this whole thing up again, mate. The Suffolk crew has gone global. It's going to hit the galaxy soon. Watch this space.
So how many million are watching then, mate? Is it 5?
They're 10 million. They're 10 million viewers, mate.
10
the guardians of
million
the galaxy
viewers.
are there.
Okay, mate.
Right.
Yeah, there's a target for us. Let's get an astronaut involved.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just having a little family discussion down here. Hi, Nana, which is obviously Samantha in the background, Stitch Bar, right? So, hello. But, no, anyway, Chris, going back to the bike, mate, like you say, it looks in good shape. And obviously watching the video now, of course, you've got the usual story like any other motorcycle. If it's got a few years on it, regardless of how many that may be, it could be a year, it could be 2, 3, 4, 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Of course, paintwork and that is there's certain areas on a motorcycle where they're going to be hit by weather, going to be hit by stones and all this sort of stuff. So they're the sort of areas you're obviously looking at on your new bike, mate, aren't they?
Yeah, it's quite common that because it's the boxer engine, so your pots come out the side, and then at the front where all the splash off of your front wheel, that goes all over the alternator belt casing, and it just pebble dashes it. It's ridiculous. It's like it's been in a sandblaster.
Yeah.
So I've got to take all that off, clean it all up, do the paintwork. I'll put a fender extender on there to help reduce it. But they are quite prone for doing that, and they tend to go around there and around the edge of the cylinders as well. Again, it's only road rash basically for your engine. So.
It's patina, mate. Patina.
That's what it is.
Patina.
I suppose, really, bearing in mind, I obviously seen the video of the bike, mate. It looks in very good shape, and of course, you being like me, and possibly Carl, I don't know what you're like, but we do keep our bikes clean. We keep them tidy, and if there's any little scratches or dings or this, that, and the other, or missing paint, wherever, we tend to sort of get it sorted, repair it in the best possible way we can. And make it look as good as possible. It's never.
I only tend to do that with the rust if it's going to go rusty. If it's got dings and whatever, it's just patina. It's patina of usage.
That's fair enough, mate.
I tend to keep mine clean, but that's more. It's not because I like it to look like it's just come out of the showroom. I think if it's clean, I can see any damage or any rust that's coming and attack it before it takes hold.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, obviously, with the bike that Chris has just sold me, the ZZR, that's fantastic, mate. And of course, it's an 09. It's now, what's that? We're looking at now, 12 years old. 12 years old.
Yeah, it'll be 12 years old in December, I think.
12 years old in December. So it's got its tiny little marks here and there, of course. And of course, it's got some weathering. But you know what? And the only bit that really needs a touch up is where you got the pegs, and you got the rear pegs, and then you got the spar, where the paint has rubbed off a little bit on obviously where boots have been, or probably not Chris, to be fair. It's probably exactly the same as when you bought it, to be honest with you, where boots and bubbles have scuffed the paint slightly.
I had exactly the same problem on my previous ZZR, and you can take that bit out to do it, but it's a right ball ache because it's part of the subframe. You're much better off masking it up in situ and just satin black over the top.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. But
it's a very easy fix.
Going back to what Carl was saying, to be honest, mate, I mean, it's an 09 bike. It's in fantastic condition. It runs as sweet as a nut. It's a beautiful bike to ride, and I've not even really cracked the throttle back yet, to be honest. I mean, I've opened it up a couple of 3 times, but nothing to its potential yet. So I've only been out of 3 times, but so I mean, I'm not overly fussed about that, Chris, to be honest. I mean, I will get around to doing it at some point, but it's not one of those things that bothers me.
No, it doesn't stand out. It's not like it's like black and white, although the paint has rubbed off. It's dark metal behind it anyway, so it's not drastic.
Yeah, just I've got to say quickly, say good evening. I only say Tim Kreitz and everybody else to Big Ed's. Good evening, Big Ed's, mate. It's good to have you back, buddy. And of course, you asked about Stonham. And I'll have a chat about Stonham fairly soon, mate, because that was a bloody good night and a real good turnout, mate. So I'll fill you in with the details as soon as possible. All right, but Chris, that's fantastic, mate. So of course we'll be following what you're doing. And just going back to one thing which you said, you got the CAN bus, connection system with the BMWs.
Yeah.
And if anybody doesn't know the BMWs, that is in a way, say for instance, if you have like with the bikes I've had in the past, when you say, for instance, you add the lead for an optimizer, you've got the what's the abbreviation for that now? I can't remember the exact name. The lead, SEA. Can't remember the actual the cable. Anyway, you've got certain cable connections, and the electronics.
OBD.
Yeah, right. And this particular connection that I use, obviously for the optimizers, you can use other tools and electronic things, aids and God knows what from that. So you can use that as your electrical supply from the battery, as well as it being a two-way thing where you can obviously charge it on an optimizer. The CAN bus system is, I suppose, it's BMW's version of the same sort of thing, but it does go a little bit further than that, doesn't it, Chris? Because CAN bus, when they come to be, say, for instance, they want to read into the electronics, the brain of the bike itself, they also use that particular connection, do they not?
Yep. It's a bit of a weird one. For those of you that don't know, I think the easiest way of explaining how the CAN bus system works is most cars have now got it. And when you get a headlight bulb go, you get a message up on your dashboard, bulb gone, and it all works on the resistance of the cables and stuff like that. And when it changes, it puts up a message. And they've basically started putting it on bikes. BMs are I think sensitive is probably the correct way of describing it. It's quite a sensitive system.
Yeah.
I would call it a pain in the arse, personally, but that's just me.
It can be.
It can be, mate. Like you say,
it's like everything. It's pros and cons.
It is, mate. But like I say, I mean, I've just trying to remember exactly. I can't remember the brief. My fucking brain's good. But obviously with the leads I use for the optimizer, I mean, you can power up all sorts of equipment from there. Say for instance, you want to run USB systems, you can power up sat navs and all that sort of stuff. So in a way, it's similar with the electronic supply or the power supply. The one thing it obviously doesn't do, unlike the CAN bus system on a BMW, is you can't obviously read the the ECU and all the engine management systems and all that sort of stuff, obviously, because it's connected to a battery. So yeah, I mean, it's like you say, it's just similar to most cars now, isn't it? It's all plug and play, mate. You get a fault code come up, which obviously you can do with the all the Japanese bikes nowadays, and also with the ZZR 1400. But there's a different way of being able to read it and understand it.
Yeah, the annoying thing is on some of quite a lot of the systems, you've got to actually tell the system you've replaced the bulb.
Yeah,
and that's you've got to have the little gizmo to actually do that.
Yeah.
So you can get it for 15, 20 quid, but
for
the average Joe Schmo, they go down the garage and get it sorted.
Well, that's the case, mate. I mean, most people do with cars, don't they? They come out with what you normally do, say, for instance, I don't know if that was the case with a BMW, it's the same with any bike, I suppose. If you've got a system where it's coming up with a fault code, obviously you've got a fault code book, you can go back to the service manual, or what you do is initially you'd either phone the company to find out what the problem may be, or you go onto forums, find out what it is from there. And why I suppose the BMW system would work the same way, as far as finding out information. But I suppose if you've got, and I wouldn't want to even fucking think about the amount of money that a system, say for instance, your CAN bus type reader for a BMW bike, to have that actual hardware and software, that'd probably be a very expensive thing to own, I would have thought.
Yeah, if you get the decent ones, as Carl said, I mean, you can pick them up for 20, 30 quid, but the cheaper they are, the less they do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like anything, you get what you pay for.
That's it, mate. It's like anything else in life, isn't it? I mean, if you want the top brass stuff, then obviously you're going to pay for it, mate. But it's what it is. Anyway, that's great.
Folk use it as well as a rip-off, because usually, and especially on cars, you get the little CAN bus connector in the cars.
Yeah. And
people sell little boxes about yay size. You stick into your CAN bus connector, and they say it's a fuel optimizer or a power, or it gives you more power to your engine and all that sort of stuff.
It's called a bullshit box.
Bullshit box.
They sell them for 30, 40 quid. It's just got a little circuit board in it with a couple of resistors on, just to set, and little LED on it to say it's on.
Yeah, I know. It's a rip-off system somewhere along the lines, but obviously, on the whole, obviously are there to benefit with us, because obviously we're not talking about motorcycles of years ago where everything, you could physically see, and most things you could do yourself. Motorcycles and cars and most other vehicles are not like that nowadays, obviously regarding electronics. That'd be the problem, I'm afraid, until you actually buy something like a Royal Enfield, which obviously Carl has, which is probably going back in the way that it's mechanically and electrically wired. You've got none of these fancy aids. You've got none of this and none of that. Am I right in saying that, Carl?
No, it's got EFI.
Right. Yeah, that's fine.
So it's got the error codes and everything like that.
Oh, right, okay.
It's got ABS,
Yeah,
so it's got that crap on it as well. It's only 3 years old, mate, so it's got to have all that sort of shit.
No, right, mate, so I'm going to take it all back and say to you, you should never have fucking bought it, mate. You should have bought a mobilette. That's a simple, mate. Pedal power. Yeah.
The old Hula songs are old school with carbs on them and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, sorry, mate. I did, because obviously we've been following, with the Royal Enfields and that. I mean, obviously, of course, with the emissions and everything else, of course, it's going to get tougher and tougher. And electronically, that's how they get around a lot of stuff nowadays, even to bullshit the way out of it,
I've taken all the bullshit bits off.
Have you?
Yeah.
We noticed how many manufacturers are making
kits and stuff like that. I spent about 60, 70 quid taking all them bits and bobs off. So, it doesn't have all the different sensors and things like that.
So it's no senseless.
Yeah. Like
Happy days. Speaking of which.
Hello.
Oh, boy. That's Mr. Peter Tarr. Mr. Dobby Tarr.
Yeah. Thanks for the wonderful intro there, Weggy.
That's
very kind of you, mate.
That's always a pleasure, Peter.
Good to see you all. Good to see you all.
Mate. Fucking hell,
you're keeping well, Chris.
There she is, look. There she is.
Yeah, not too bad, thanks,
Hello.
Oh, hello.
That wasn't for you fucker.
That's fucking thing. No, I'm going to get a massage.
That was for Nana.
Yeah.
Nana.
Nothing to do with that.
It was. Yeah, so anyway, Carl, obviously moving on to yourself. Last week you were talking about obviously the spoke, and getting the tyre, back on the inner tube and all that sort of stuff. Have you actually been out on the bike?
Yeah, I got there in the end.
Yeah.
And the actually last 2 days I've basically been working on the brakes.
Right.
Because the back one was dragging a bit. So
is that just lack of use, Carl?
Yeah, basically the back one's dragging from lack of use. And there's on the front one of the pistons had basically corroded in.
Really?
Yeah, it was a white corrosion all around it. Just wouldn't move.
Yeah.
That was devil's own to get out. That was.
Yeah. Just give it a good old squirt WD-40 all round that brake disc, all over the pads. That'll fucking
the brake disc, yeah.
Yeah.
Get some
it gets rid of all the rust off there as well.
Yeah.
Actually, no, seriously. Don't do that. Don't.
No.
There'll be somebody that fucking does it. You watch.
Yeah.
To be fair, if you want to go that particular route, mate, obviously Chris will remember this, and so will Carl. When it comes to cleaning out your brake calipers, right, and splitting them up because they've got you brake caliper repair kits.
With this.
You know exactly where I'm going, right? There is a particular video that was released probably about 9-10 years ago, right? It was on a particular Bandit. It may have been on something else that was covered in fucking studs and shit and zips and all sorts of rubbish, right? But it is, you know where it is. I don't have to go any further. There is a particular video based on caliper repair, right? You need a toothbrush, you need WD-40, you need a broomstick, you need your ex-wife, right? And some studs, right? Right?
And the KY jelly.
And the KY jelly, but then saying that he used that all in the first video, so forget it, right?
That was on the broom handle.
Anyhow, so did you? So obviously you've split the calipers, you've sorted out the pistons, and this, that, and the other. You cleaned it all out. That's all. The bores are all smooth now. Nice piston retrieval. Got them back on, all sorted, all cleaned, all working. Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, that was yesterday afternoon, and trying to get the front brake to actually get the fluid through. So I've got the thing to pump it upwards. I'm just doing it from the top downwards.
Yeah.
I was there about 3 hours going.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I got me a big syringe now. And I'll fill up a big syringe and I'll fill from the bottom upwards if I get an issue.
That's what I want to do.
Go to a pet shop.
These Bybury, the actual pistons as well. If you actually get, usually you can actually sort of push them in and wiggle them like that. These Bybury ones, no, you've got to get them dead nuts on and go straight down with them. If they go cockeyed. You have to put them back out again.
Yeah.
Because they're so tight. There's no tolerance there for actually wobbling it around.
Yeah. Yeah. What the nibbles like on the calipers, and then they seized up as well, or what?
No.
They're all right, were they?
Yeah, the nipples are fine.
Yeah.
Just one piston in the front that actually just seems solid.
Yeah. So it's all sorted there then, Cole, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I went in just before this started to actually see if the front brake had stiffened up. It was all nice and hard.
I want to pick your brains, Carl.
Go on then.
When you've taken all the seals out and you put the pistons back in, do you seat your seals back in with brake fluid or with like a rubber grease?
Brake fluid.
Me too. I've just seen so many people using rubber grease at the moment, and I think it's just as likely to block
nothing around that area gets anything other than brake fluid on it. Once it's been cleaned with a brake cleaner, only thing that goes near anything like that is brake fluid.
Yeah.
Because they'll get anything else in there, you contaminate the brake fluid, block pores up and all sorts.
Yeah,
I've seen so many videos recently of people using like rubber grease and stuff like that to put them back in. It's just, to me, it's just asking to block the oil ways up.
Look, like you say, I totally agree with what Carl's saying, because obviously anything different as a contaminant to the brake fluid, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
So I fully agree with that. But you do find other people use all sorts of weird shit. You know, I mean, once you got your brake cleaner and that, clean it right out, make sure it's dry, and then just literally use brake fluid to give it that releasing, mate. You know, and then once it's in there and sorted out, you're happy days.
Same as a piston, you know, when you push it in a bit of brake fluid just to give it a bit of a lube. But nothing else.
Same as putting your oil filter on, innit? You just put a bit of oil around the filter.
Yeah.
Put it on.
So
same principle.
You've been out on the biking?
No, tomorrow. Today I was out and about with the missus.
Right. All right, mate. So we look forward to a video, mate. We look forward to a vlog. Cold dingbat back on the road.
Yeah.
Oh,
the dingbat's back.
Don't bat the dingbat. Yeah, nice one, Cole. Anyway, just moving on to Dobby, Peter Taylor. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good
I feel
man.
like I've got, compared to everybody else, I've got absolutely sod all to add to this tonight, because I've done bugger all on my bike. I've not been anywhere near it.
You put a picture of it up on Facebook?
Yeah, I did. Well, yeah, okay, I put a picture up.
He's also sent an invitation out to fucking Wedge of Suffolk to go around there and take his bike out. So happy days, I'm going to be taking his RF out for a spin.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool.
Need you to keep it running for me, mate.
I'll keep it running, mate. Don't worry. But no, I look forward to it, mate. It's been
why ain't you riding it, Pete?
Many years since I've ridden the RF.
Oh, of course, yeah. Is that playing up again? That's not a new injury, is it? That's the old one.
That's the old one from July last year. I've got 2 broken bones in my wrist. And I've had several CAT scans, and on the last one, he said it's doing absolutely soddle, so I'm going to have surgery done on it. So I don't want to mess around trying to ride with this bloody thing on, because it makes it so damn awkward, and I'm not going to enjoy it, and I don't want to aggravate it even more than it's already done. So
no.
It's going to have to be a case to sit and be nice and quiet and just wait for the hospital appointment to come through for the surgery. So that could be next week. It could be in 6 months' time. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. Don't hold your fucking breath, mate. I've been waiting 3 years for this one.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I'll be a little bit quicker than that. But at the end of the day, I've written this year off already in my mind. As we lost last year, quite frankly, it's not going to be too much of a hardship now. So, yeah.
But there again, I've got the odd hooligan willing to take your bike out for a run. I like that sort of shit. You know, that's what
I'll let you into a secret, though. I ain't waiting 3 years for the other fucker to be done.
No. No, absolutely not. So, anyway. Had a fantastic meet tonight. It was the second meet at Stollen Barnes. just off the A140, Stonham. And it was absolutely brilliant, mate. The turnout last week, there was just under 200 bikes. I haven't got a clue as to how many there was tonight, but I know there was a good few more. The temperature was a few degrees higher than it was last week. So obviously, the temperature dipped in that. It didn't really sort of take it down to a silly level where people, sort of grown biggish bikers like yourselves and that are sort of starting to shiver and think, oh no, man, I've got to shoot off home. But no, it was a good night, a really good night. It was so well organised. Met up with some cracking members of the crew up at Crew Hill at 4:30. It took myself and Stitch up there, obviously. Hello, Julie.
Julie.
Yeah, had a couple of runs. We split the shift, so to speak. We'll split the runs. We had 2 runs, one 4:30, another one at 5:30, whatever it was. And yeah, it was a great night. It was great to see so many people out there relaxed and enjoying themselves. Stack load of beautiful bikes as there always was. Got to meet some guys from a few other groups, mates and buds from the clubs, this, that, and the other. And it was great to see some crew members who I haven't seen for pretty much over a year now. When we used to do so many runs and put so much together. They've been following, they've been sitting around. Some of them have just been on the side because nothing's been happening. But these faces are slowly coming back, and to see these people in it, it's brilliant, mate. It was just a truly fantastic night. And yeah. So going back to Big Ed and what you're saying, yeah, Stonham was an absolute result, mate. And of course, these nights are every week, and they're every Thursday. So, like I say, if you're watching or if you're interested in a good bike night, then get yourself out of Stonham Barns because it's well worth it.
Didn't someone say they were going to do a little bit of a film of it tonight? Was it by
Robert,
going to do a bit of recording?
Yeah, I did do a bit of recording, mate. The funny thing is the usual story. I'll bring in something Andy a minute. Hello, Andy. I see him right down in the corner. But no, every time I went to get my camera, because I had my cam on the helmet, I've just fitted that over my old works lid, right? So that's all wired up. So I recorded the trip down there and got a little bit of footage down at Stonham. And obviously got my camera out on my phone to take a few pictures. I got a few pictures of the crew members at Crew Hill and up at Stonham. But every time I went to get my camera out, doing any recording, all I'd hear was, Wiggy! So I pulled my fucking phone out. The phone went back in my pocket again. There's no point because you're talking all night. So, yeah, so I've got some footage and I've got some photos to put together. I'll put some up tonight on the crew. And I've got a little bit of footage to put up on a little video tomorrow on YouTube if I get the chance. So, but yeah,
excellent.
On that note, let's bring in Mr. Suffolk himself, Suffolk Andy.
He's out there dogging it, isn't he?
That's it.
Hey, mate.
Oh, he's got his special dogging hat on as well.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
Can you hear me, Mother?
Yes, you can.
Yes, son.
My still cracking the fight. He says, "Good day, Andy."
Hello. I'm at fucking work.
So what, you're on your phone, Andy, right? Obviously, you're on the tablet.
Get some volume here. That's better.
Right,
I'm on the side of the A12, about a mile and a half from the M25, mate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay. What's the dogging site like out there then?
Well, it's pretty grim. It's pretty grim this side, mate. We've got 3 carriageways and there's nothing on it.
Yeah.
The other side is bloody busy.
I'll tell you what, she must be some hell of a fucking bird. You're fully kitted, mate. That's for sure.
Certainly, yeah, mate.
Are you in Brentwood?
Just outside of Brentwood, about a mile and a half of when you come off the M25 to go to Chelmsford. And
Yeah.
I went through that bit a couple of weeks back when I went to see my mate Wiggy.
Yeah.
Rather quickly.
Yeah, I'm sure I might have set off a couple of camera traps tonight, but there you go. I'll find out.
You joke about that. You might get some come through the post because you're now the registered owner for me bringing it up.
Seriously, I'll tell you what, mate.
There's a hell of a lot on the M25.
Well, I'll tell you what. I must say, just quickly, right? You brought them noodles up there for me. Them fucking hot Oriental noodles, right? They are fantastic. They are really, really good.
Yep, they are good.
That was worth the ride all the way up to 16, wasn't it, Chris?
I'll tell you what, mate.
I buy them in boxes at 25 at a time. 24, 25 at a time, something like that.
Really
good,
cool, mate. They're nice. Yeah. They're nice, really nice. Anyway, going back to Mr. Sark, Andy, mate. Andy.
Yeah, sorry, Andy.
I've been speaking to Buster. Now, Buster, I've seen Buster 3 times this week, mate.
Just a minute. Can I get in, please? If I just appear for a minute or two every so often, don't worry. I haven't jumped on the carriageway to kill myself. I'm on a gate, so I got that. Yeah, go on then, mate. Talk to Buster.
No, I was going to say, I see Buster at Stoneham last week. I see Buster again at Full Throttle, Clacton, and I see Buster again tonight, mate. And of course, I think he thinks you're giving up motorcycling, mate, and taking up fucking fishing or golf or something or other. You disappeared from life. Oh,
I don't think so. I done nearly 200 miles last Sunday, so it weren't too bad.
Yeah, I know. I think the old boy's missing you, mate.
Yeah, he probably is, because I usually have a drink with him on a Friday night, but because I go to the pub with him, so I ain't seen a lot of him.
No. Anyway, what's that?
That's the ones.
Superfood Express. I'll tell you what, lads, you get a chance to taste these things, mate. They are absolutely fantastic, mate. Hot as hell. Well, they're not that hot. Well, they are hot.
They're nice. They're spicy, but they got a flavour rather than just heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, do me a favour and send a link for that to me when you get a chance.
Yeah, just $23.99 for 20 packs of 90 grams, or you can get a box of 40 for 42 quid. So it works out about £1 a pack then.
Yeah, they make a nice little meal. I just got to say hello to John Little. Hello, mate. How you doing, boy?
Hello, John.
Good to see you, mate. Yeah. Anyway, we're just talking about Stoneham. Stoneham bike nights have been fantastic, Andy. So when you get a chance, because I'm effectively the Stoneham night next week will probably be my last one. Because I'm going back to work the week after. Right.
Hey.
Right.
Excellent.
So I'm gonna give the work thing a go. You know, with the leg and that, it's not 100%. But I'm gonna give it a go back in the haulage yard and see how we crack on. All right. So Stonham's more than likely going to be my last one next week. But if, like I say, Andy, I know what Andy's in the area. If you do get a chance to get out to Stonham, Andy, take your boy out or give Buster a call or something, mate. Get yourself out there because it's a really good night. All right.
If I'm not working next Thursday, I'll do it. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Excuse me. I'll make the sausage roll, homemade, lovely.
Oh,
you
get spoiled.
I know.
I just put the that picture up on the Hangout chat, so you should be able to read it, Pete.
Thank you very much.
Right. Anyway.
Evening, Mice.
Yeah, Mice is still knocking around. Excuse me, Andy. Have you got any motorcycle news, mate?
Yes, I run out of petrol on the A14 on Sunday. That was fucking fun. That was fucking fun. Yeah, my fault. Luckily, my boy went and got me a can. But the good thing about it is the old cops turned up. Somebody told them I was pushing a bike.
Yeah.
So the cops turned up and they rolling fucking roadblock on for me. So all the cars on the A14.
At walking pace.
Rolling road. Yeah. And they wanted to know if I was all right because I'd been pushing the bike a few hundred yards to the lay boy. And they wanted to know if I was okay. So, you know, they knew my name because they got me fucking number plate, didn't they? So, yeah. It's my fault.
I'm just taking my weekly exercise.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I thought I was going to fucking die after about fucking nearly quarter of a mile pushing that bastard. But there you go.
I did exactly the same when I took the bike up to Weggy. I had to push it to the top
Well,
of the
you
hill
run
to
it.
bump start it.
Christ. Mad.
That was my fault. We were at Walker's, and I said to my boy, how many miles you got? He's got a gauge on. He said, I've got about 50. I said, I'm all right. I'm only 2 bars down. I have to get halfway down because I've got a faulty gauge. Get halfway down, and I run out. But I was only 2, and I had another 2 to go. For some reason, that went 1 more, and I was done. But I realised we'd done about 180 odd miles. So that was my fault. I should have just gone across the road and fucking filled up at Walker's before we left. I didn't, but yeah, I got the fault.
Hey, you learn by your mistakes, mate.
Right. Your boy, right, Aaron, thought it was funny as hell. He took the piss. He said, Dad's run out of fuel, right? And that's payback for scaring the shit out of us when we came back from Skegness or wherever it was we come back from. Do you remember we wanted to fill up, Andy? Right? And we kept going, and you led us across the road, right? And the actual fuel station we went to was shut. Yeah. And I know your boy, I know your son, Aaron.
Yeah.
Right? He thought he probably only had about 3 miles left in the tank, but somehow, in some fashion, we actually finally managed to dribble away to the next fuel station, which I believe I can't remember exactly where it was now.
And
He's gone to find the gas station.
I'll bring him back. In a minute. So Andy, he did run out of fuel. His boy was quite. He found it quite comical in a way because he was saying that he was the one who had to get go up to the garage, get a jerry can full of fuel, and take it back to his old man. So, excuse me, I'm just eating a sausage roll. Right,
That's right. Evening, Mo.
Mo. That was great to see you tonight, Mo. Mo came all the way down from Lowestoft Way with Kai Marnie and come and picked up his mask from Stitch. That's great. It's good to see Mo again. I haven't seen Mo for a while. And as I was saying, it's been great to see these faces that we haven't seen for so long back on the motorcycle circuit again. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, good to have you with us again, Mo. Right. Got lots of things happening. I know John Little obviously he's got himself another motorcycle, which I believe, if I remember right, is a CB1000, if I'm right in saying.
I think it is.
Hey, do you know what? It's a good old week for bikes this week, isn't it? Because Ian's just bought a new bike as well, hasn't he? MT10.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, McMullen. Yeah, definitely. No,
I saw a picture. Must admit, I saw a picture of that he put up, and that looks a right mean bugger.
Evening, John.
Evening, John.
Yeah, that'd be quite a nice fast bike as well. Although it's not sporty to look at, but it's got the R1 engine in it, basically.
Yeah. Not exactly slouches, are they?
God no. And it looks nice and moody, doesn't it? I must admit, the shape of it.
Yeah, that's a good word for it, moody.
It looks nice and moody.
Yeah.
Not my style of bike, mine, but each their own.
Not necessarily mine, but I must admit, I do appreciate the looks of them. I think it looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Never try and eat sausage rolls live on a TV. Yeah.
No.
They stick,
Twiglets are bad enough. How
That's
far
why
did you
I
run,
came on
Andy?
late.
You look fucked.
Let's get out my van and just open the gate and let some workers through. That'll be a little bit hectic, probably for the next half an hour. Then when they're all through and done, sit here till probably 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's it. They'll all be having a fucking brutal then, won't they?
Yeah, I've got my kettle with me, so later on in the morning I'll make myself a nice cup of coffee or something, nice cup of tea, pack up with me, watch. When this is done, sit and watch YouTube all night. What more do you want?
Happy days.
And get paid for it as well.
Yeah. Good work if you can get it.
Fucking easy peasy, mate.
I love it. Yeah, carry on, man.
Well,
I've got
what
to
it
finish
is,
this
I'll
topic,
sort
man.
of basically explain to you. They start these roadworks. When you go into them, you have what they call an air gate, which is only gates, 2 gates, one after the other. That's to stop the traffic coming through. And what's happening is we're on what they call secondary air gate. We're about 1.5 miles down the road, and we've got another set because sometimes people, you won't believe it, get on these carriageways. They come through woods and stuff like that in cars and everything else to get on this road because that's blocked. So we're like the secondary one, and further down there where I'm sitting, all the guys are doing all the jobs. We're like their secondary safety valve. You know what I mean? In case these fucking idiots come through with their cars, they can't get through the first gate, but some of them will drive through the fucking woods and stuff like that to get on this road. They're so desperate. So that's what we have to do. Yeah.
What do you do then?
I
Just
can't
turn
understand
around and
now.
fuck off.
If the road's blocked off, you just go, shit. You know, find another way, don't you?
Anyway.
Yeah.
Evening, Nigel.
Or you might get some twat just walking along the carriageway, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Turn your stereo on your car.
Wait,
Right.
Weggy, how big is that sausage roll that you've got?
Right. Stitch made
Got
them
a pack
earlier.
of 12.
Right. Stitch made them earlier. Fucking fantastic, mate. What's Andy doing? What's that fucking noise?
Chocolate, mate. Chocolate.
That ain't chocolate. No, not that noise, mate.
It's Chris.
What
Ain't
is
me.
He's having a scratch.
Right, yeah. That's anyway, yeah. Anyway.
I was rubbing my leg. Could you hear that?
Yeah.
I've got to say good evening. Good evening to Nigel. Nigel Horseman, mate. Good evening, mate. Good
Evening,
pleasure
Nigel.
to join us.
Hello, Nigel.
Right, let's have a quick look here. Evening, Nigel. Right, Andy, regardless of what you just said, right, I know what you said. You're sitting on the side of a road, mate. You've just come back, you know, you're out of breath, right? You've been racing around doing something for 10 minutes here. But most all crack and fighty knows what's going on.
Sorry.
There you go. Spot on,
Good
mate.
one.
Yeah. Mm.
Good
No
one.
wonder it looks so flushed.
Right, anyway. So, yeah, anyway, as you probably know, you recognise we've got Mr. Tim Crichton's Adventures with us tonight, Andy. Right, mate? So it's great to have Tim with us. Yeah.
One of my favourite moto vloggers, mate. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, fantastic, mate. Yeah, if anybody's not seen Tim's, no, he's a great musician. He's over in Texas. He does some fantastic, fantastic videos and footage of the local, the Texas area and the places he visits. You know, even though we don't know anything about them, they're bloody entertaining. The way Tim brings them across is fantastic. So if you haven't seen Tim Crichton's Adventures YouTube channel, give him a look because it's well worth it, isn't it, Andy?
See you in a bit. Yeah.
Still up, mate. Jesus.
That's the next bird down.
But and also Tim is also a proud owner of a few motorcycles, one of which is a Kawasaki ZRX 1200, I believe. Yeah, and a Triumph. He's got a Triumph Twin. And you know, so it's great to have Tim with us, and everybody who's joined us tonight is fantastic. Right, here we go. What's that? And Andy's always been one of mine. That's why you fellas who keep us. Thanks for the Andy picked them from a graveyard, mate, so I wouldn't worry about it. He didn't pay for them because if you ever watched Suffolk Andy's Suffolk Spooks, Tim, right, you'll know where he got the flowers from, mate. So you know, there's no payments involved. Of course, somebody was left in tears with an empty vase, but you can't help that shit.
Yeah.
What goes around comes around.
Exactly. You know. But no. Right. Trying to think. Yeah. Unless you lads want to speak about anything else, anything motorcycle based, I was going to chat about this bike that we found the other night, which was this Yamaha. I will show you it. I'm trying to remember what the hell it was now. It's a Bulldog. It was a Yamaha 1100 Bulldog. Right. Here we go. Let's have a look here. I'll actually show you the bike first. The actual bike itself, right, doesn't look too bad. Hold on a minute. Let's have a look here. All right, tell me what you think of this, right? Bearing in mind, the engine is a Virago 1100 engine, and the actual horsepower output is about 67, I believe. Right?
Really?
Right, so with a chrome tab, right? This is the actual bike itself. Right? Get out of the way.
It doesn't look too bad.
Right?
You know, I don't dislike it.
No.
It looks a lot better, mate, than the reviews.
That picture there I don't know why, but that picture there reminds me of a Buell.
Yeah. Do you know what? I have to agree, right? I have to agree that when the Bulldog thing came up last night, it just came out of the blue for some reason. I can't remember exactly where from, right? In fact, I do. Somebody was advertising one on Facebook Marketplace. And I looked at it, I thought, what the hell is this? I'd heard the name, but I never really paid any attention to the particular bike, right? And as far as I know, they are sort of more popular in the States, right, than they ever were over here, right?
Does it have a lot of torque, does it?
Yeah, I'll show you. This is actually the this is actually the review on it, right? 2002 to 007. Ride quality and brakes. Right. Okay. So I'm not disrespect to anybody who owns one of these things. I do apologise, mate, if you do. You know, but you've got the ride quality. The big problem with the Yamaha BT 1100 Bulldog is brisk cornering. It simply can't do a big lean to the right. The header pipe touches down, chamfers briefly, then lifts the front wheel, and you're on your arse.
Yeah, that was well thought out.
Anyway, this one here, right, and it feels bum heavy too. So, like you've got a washing machine for a pillion. Yeah. It says here, this is exactly right. This is a funny thing, right? So, this particular bike is set up. It's got a sporty type of look to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? But the engine is different. The engine feedback is different. So it says here, obviously, ride the Yamaha BT 1100 Bulldog like a cruiser or slow muscle bike and it's fine. Push it hard and it's horrid. But it's got the XR1 Superbike brakes, obviously, which are good brakes. The Lazy Bones X Cruiser gearbox, less so. In its defense, the Yamaha Bulldog is very comfortable. Anyway, so engine-wise, you know, I just obviously found this motorcycle last night. I've never actually physically seen one before. And then going back to the engine, right? The BT 1100 Bulldog's air-cooled V-twin single overhead cam lumps come straight from Yamaha's old 1100 Virago, right?
Why would you stick a cruiser engine in a sporty type bike like that, man?
That's exactly the problem, mate. That's exactly the problem.
Do you know, I think if they were going to go along that route, they should have put the VMAX in it.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's bearing in mind, it's an old single overhead cam V-twin lump, right? Right? So bizarrely, it makes all its torque early and high up in the rev range. The Yamaha needs loud cans to give it any kind of character, right? Yeah, no, this is a crap. Check this one out, right? The only thing that depreciates faster than the Yamaha BT 1100 Bulldog is underwear, right? The hit on a new bike is phenomenal. A dealer would shave 50% off the original value on a trade-in after just 1 year. 50%. Right? So
that's
here. So as you can imagine. Yeah, so buy a 2-year-old BT 1100 Bulldog and be a very much happier bunny.
You get it. Surely you get it for free after 2 years.
Right. However,
I was going to say 3 years, they'd be giving you money.
Right. Yeah. However, the best thing about the fucking Bulldog is the attention it attracts. Civilians, non-bikers love it. But what price? Right. So yeah, I mean,
how much does one of them go for? Do they do it nowadays?
Yeah, I'll show you. Used price 3,800 to 4 grand, and that's now 64 horsepower, Chris.
Yeah, about the same as my last 250 motocross bike.
Right, right, 60 foot-pounds torque, right, which is about the same as a Super Dream 250. Yeah.
Yeah. Just about enough to pull the skin off the rice pudding.
Top speed, mate.
110.
100, yeah. Quarter mile acceleration, 13.8 weeks. Seconds, sorry. The great thing about it is the fact it's got 200 miles. All right, 200 miles range to the tank. Anyway, so
how close was I with the top speed?
Huh?
How close was I with the top speed?
100. Well, you were 1 mile an hour out, mate. It's 109 miles per hour. Right?
Fuck, mate.
Yeah, seriously,
I'm disgusted.
109 miles per hour. Right, bearing in mind this bike was not a cheap motorcycle to buy at the time. But let's see what made me smile was I see this last night. Right, the bike is much maligned unfairly, in my opinion. I swapped the Blackbird for this. Fucking what?
No,
swapped a Blackbird.
Right.
They saw it coming.
Right now. Don't get me wrong, as we've just said, when we looked at it for the first time, it doesn't look too bad a motorcycle, does it?
It looks all right. It looks okay.
I'm not kidding you, mate. When you read some of these reviews, of course, all these guys on here, they absolutely love it. They think it's a fantastic motorcycle. I don't know whether you want to swap your Blackbird for one, right? Probably a Parrot or something, but not a Blackbird. Yeah. Let's have a look here. I love carburetors, but it's all a bit mechanical. Even agricultural. For those of you who bought up on fuel injection, you'll hate getting the engine going, especially from very cold, as you need to use a little thing called a choke.
Oh, you'll have all the kids asking what the name is now.
Sorry, I'm not saying the best out of it, but they obviously knew Yamaha made a big balls up of that. They tried to put an old cruiser engine, as simple as they come, into a bike, that was sort of, 10, 15 years later in the future, into a frame and a chassis that simply didn't work with the engine. And, well, here we go, mate.
They've definitely dropped a bollock with the engine.
Yeah. That's what engines they could have put in that frame.
Yeah, that style of bike is not my cup of tea, but I don't dislike the look of it. Whereas quite often I'll look at them and think, oh no, I fucking don't like that. It doesn't look too bad.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't, mate. I mean, ride quality is on the soft and wallowy side, but brakes are superb. Fucking brilliant, mate.
Well, it probably doesn't get more than 30 miles an hour, does it?
This is a good. Sorry, I've got to stop here, mate, because we're starting to take the piss out of it, right? Equipment, basic, and the odometer is in kms with the speedo in miles per hour. Work that out. Fucking Andy's
it don't make a lot of sense.
I'm a dog person, right? There we go. Most comfortable bike I've ridden and fast enough to hoon around after most bikes. Really?
As long as you don't go around the right-hand bend.
But anyway, going back to that, mate. Going back to that. Let's have a little look at it. Yeah, it's not badly made. It doesn't look that bad, does it?
Well, I don't think it looks half bad.
I mean, that helmet looks shit. I don't know what that sort of helmet that is.
That's a Johnny Cactus special, that helmet.
I think that's one of those where you can actually put the chin guard right to the back, isn't it? And
well, I suppose the speedo goes to 140, doesn't it?
Well, it could have whatever it wants on there, couldn't it?
Yeah. No, I don't know what to say. We just happened to spot this bike, up for sale on Facebook Marketplace. And I just happened to look at it. I thought, Jesus Christ. And obviously Samantha had heard about the bike before. They used to have one in Rabbits.
So, is that still in production now?
No, mate. Let's have a look at the production. Right. Let's have a look here.
I mean, that could have had so many different engines.
Right, let's have a look here. If we just go back.
I've never heard of it.
Right. I'll go for review. If I just come back off that. Right. Literally, mate, 5 years. 2002 to 2007.
In any one of them, they could have used the R1 engine. They could have used the XJR engine. They could have used the fucking VMAX engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, just quickly, yeah. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this, right? Men and Motors.
Yamaha have kindly given me a leaning post because my legs are very, very tired walking around the show. The leaning post in this case is a brand new machine from Yamaha, only just available to you to buy. In fact, they haven't established exactly what price. They say it's going to be a little over £6,000. What is it, we ask? Well, it's the BT 1100, commonly known as the Bulldog. I wonder if it's got a bit of a bite. Well, the power output of this is actually only 65 bhp, but its bottom end grunt would be absolutely massive. It's a proper toy. I would think it's a stunts machine. I don't really know what it's supposed to be honest with you, what category it fits in. It's obviously a retro style machine. It's a shaft drive. Now there's a bit of something different. It's a monoshock system, and that is produced by a company called Sachs, hiding down there. That's quite unusual for Yamaha, using a German shock absorber. The engine, V-twin, single overhead cam. And the bike's concept, well, I reckon it looks a little bit like a Buell. Engine looking not dissimilar to a Harley Davidson. In fact, I'm really not sure what it's supposed to be. Sort of Ducati Monster-ish. Whatever, rather nice. And it's the type of bike that you would definitely buy some bolt-on bits for it. Well, what Yamaha have done today is kindly shown us a sort of pre-made version over here. Here's one we made earlier. What they've done is they've sort of designed some bolt-on accessories for you to buy on a bike like that to give you an idea of how it could end up. Not every item will be available, but very, very soon, most will. And of course, I'm sure aftermarket accessory people will be making all sorts of bits and pieces for this to bolt onto it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now.
I absolutely love the way he says most of the parts aren't actually available at the moment.
Well,
but
the thing is, looking at it, right, and of course what that guy was saying is, in a way, Yamaha was trying to sort of jump on a sort of a bandwagon there a little bit. You think about it, you know,
with backfired,
producing a bike that was neither here nor there, right? And some people used to say a little bit, you know, the Bandit was a little bit like that, but the Bandit was a completely and utterly different bag of nails, wasn't it? The reason that was produced in the first place was because people wanted to break bikes down, strip them back, and make them into something completely different. Hence the fact the Bandit come along. But when you look at that, that's not quite hitting the mark, is it?
No.
You know?
No.
Anyway, let's bring back Andy. So, just bringing that back. Right, anyway, going back to Tim Cross. I hope you enjoyed that, folks. That was the Yamaha Bulldog. It's the one that obviously we spotted last night. I thought I'd just mention because it's neither here nor there, and I've never known anybody to own one. Right, so.
Is Andy actually there?
Yeah, he's down there somewhere, mate. He's down there. I'll take him away for a minute anyway. I'll bring it back in a second.
He hasn't quite finished that one.
Right, current stable. Tim, Bandit 1200S. Lovely. ZRX 1200R, which I know about. I forgot about the Bandit, actually. Bonneville 865 FZ07. And, of course, an original GS1000. Nice one, Tim. That's brilliant, mate. Let's have a look here. Oh, Bulldogs were a UK thing. We never got them here in the States. Need bike, but under pound it's class. All right, okay. I thought they were primarily, you know, they're more popular in the States, but I don't know where.
Obviously not popular anywhere.
No, of course. Well, let's have a look at it. Sounds like we'll have enough power to pull a priest on it. He come out with some classics. Oh, my Stanley really does. Yeah, spot on. You're probably right there, mate. I mean, 65 horsepower, regardless of the 65 horsepower, mate, being a twin. If it had been a single chucking out that sort of power, you can imagine, you know, it'd be a nice, fun, torquey engine. But 65 horsepower and a V-twin of that size, torque-wise, torque was low anyway. You know. Anyway, Men and Motors did a right. Yeah, I was going to say I might have a look at that later because obviously that guy said exactly what other people had said. They really didn't know what sort of category that bike fell into. It's got an old V-twin engine that was a cruiser engine, but had gone into a sort of a sportier type frame that didn't handle. You know, trying to think of any other bike that would be pretty much the same. Well, you could say the same about a VMAX, but the simple fact about the VMAX is the VMAX. It was iconic because they'd want to rip your head off. Simple fact, and of course a brilliant engine. Didn't necessarily handle, but people got used to it. But if you're going to have a bike like the Bulldog, right, which is trying to sort of find its own category, but lacks any desire for people to want to buy it because it's so underpowered and it's an old engine. You're on a fucking height to nothing. You know?
It's really bizarre because, I mean, that sort of power output, you'd expect to get that from like a 600.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it? It makes you wonder. These companies that have been making motorcycles for years and years and years and years, they don't have to pull some clangers out of the bag sometimes, don't they?
Yeah,
You'll probably find that they opened up a warehouse somewhere and found a fucking load of engines that they ain't put in bikes.
Yeah.
Oh, we use them up.
Yeah, it could be that. Or every now and again, you just get the companies just chuck out a swerve ball. Go, let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
That's it. We've got some new old stock here. Chuck that at it.
Yeah.
Which, in a way, you say that, right? I mean, it's like, say, for instance, there's not being rude. They've done it quite a few times. Most of the companies have. You take models like the RF 900, the RF 600. You take models like the Thunder Race and the Thundercat, right? Those bikes, standard alone, were good bikes. There's no two ways about it. Any other time, they would have been, each one of those bikes, especially the bigger ones, would have been absolutely fantastic bikes, of which they still are. I mean, I've not ridden an RF 900 for many years, you know, and I've only ridden a Thunder Race 1000 Yamaha once. But I tell you what, they were pretty much worth every penny. But the reason why they never got the sales was because they were in between models. Obviously, with the Yamaha, the R1 was now being released, which obviously, as far as the Thunder Race and Thundercat was concerned, forget it, mate. Nobody would want them, you know.
No.
And it's the same with the RF 900. I'm trying to think. I mean, with the RF 900 coming out, then obviously you had it would have been the Gixxers again, wouldn't it? You know, continuing with the new Gixxer bikes and the return of the medium-sized sports bikes at that time. So in a way, the standard road gun bike, albeit a sportier type bike that they were, the bikes I've mentioned, they never stood a chance, mate. Because right out of the bag, pretty much a week or two afterwards, they would release something that was what people really wanted, rather than being not a parts bin, but something that they half-heartedly put together, you know.
But to be fair, I mean, at the end of the day, that's how you advance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to have a play around. 9 times out of 10, you might get it right. 1 times out of 10, you might make a complete tit of yourself. But, if you don't experiment, you're not going to know.
The great thing about it is, though, is if you're looking for, say, for instance, these particular bikes, okay, you've got your Gixxer fans, you've got your R1 fans, right? Right, here he goes again. Fucking hell, he's not a picture.
Hey, give me 5 minutes.
Bugs off.
I've got to reposition myself, so give me 5 minutes and I'll be back.
All right, in a bit. But these particular bikes, the fact is they were all good bikes. I mean, the Thunder Race was a 600, as was obviously the RF 600. Obviously, the RF 900 was the 900, the big bike, and of course the Thunder Race was 1000cc. And you know what? Each one of those 4 bikes is a great bike. You know, and the great thing about it is obviously not being as popular from a sales point of view. When you come to buy them nowadays, you can get them for jack shit. And you know what? It's like with Peter with his RF 900. He's got a lot of bike for sod all money. You know, you got
a hell of a lot of bike.
You got a bike that handles. You got a bike, with decent brakes. It's a bike that you, to be honest with you, if you're not one of these people who wanted to chop and change through life, like some folks do, me included. Of course, that's a bike. If you looked after it, like a Thunder Race, and it could last you pretty much a lifetime if you wished it to, you know. And you can get them for solid money. Thunder Race, you can pick up a decent one for $2 grand, $2.5 grand, right? A Thunder Race there.
I didn't even pay that for the RF.
No, I know what you pay for the RF, and to be honest with you, you're an RF 900 for less than $2 grand, mate. It's spot on, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, as you say, I mean, for me, to suddenly jump to a 900, I wondered if I was doing the right thing. But as soon as I got, I've said this many times, as soon as I got her, literally got taken a couple of the first 2 or 3 corners, I suddenly realised I've got a bike that I can actually feel like I can move, I can turn it properly, and I didn't feel like I wasn't nervous like I was on the Bandit as much as I loved the Bandit. because the weight is so low and it's so easy to turn. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Love it to bits.
Oh, I look forward to taking it out, mate. Because it's good for you to have actually taken one.
Evening, Springy.
Sorry?
Said evening to Springy.
Springy's here, is he?
Springy?
Yeah.
Where is he? Where is he? Is he coming in the comments? Yeah, I can't. I can't refresh the page, to be honest with you. Sorry, Springy, I didn't see your post come up. Good evening, mate. It's good to see you, buddy. Springy's another one. He's been working on his Suzuki Bandit. He's just, if you watch Springy's videos, he's taking his Bandit back to being as original as possible. I've been watching Springy's videos.
Stock headers on, hasn't he?
It's just put stock. I think I'm sure he's put the stock headers on. Mine. He's either got the full stock system or the stock silencers. I'm not sure.
No, that's what he got the stock headers on as well.
The stock headers as well, was it?
Yeah.
Right. And that's his bike is the Mark 1. I believe.
Yeah.
Mark 1 Suzuki Bandit 1200. Yeah, so that's cool. Bear with me, lads. I'm just trying to get the comments up.
That didn't bring the comments up.
he's got rid of his own comments.
Yeah, we're dropping like flies here, aren't we? Andy's off dogging.
Boom. There we go. I refreshed the page and it will come back. Right, here we go. Right, Johnny Langdon. I've just got to say good evening to Johnny Langdon. Hello, mate.
Hello, Johnny.
Springs, obviously. Springs with us. Right, go back to Tim. I picked up my Bandit last Halloween. Clean as a whistle, low miles, and well cared for. Only $3,400. An absolute steal. I couldn't say no. No, that's all right, mate. That's what I think. What's the rate? The pound dollar rate at the moment?
Oh, it's about 1.1, 1.2, isn't it, or something like that?
Yeah.
Right. So he's paid a decent price for a decent bike. There's Tim.
Yeah.
Probably talking about $3,000 in our money.
Yeah.
And I suppose, the thing is, I mean, I've only ever had one bike. It was a Californian GS 850. You know what? That bike that was imported from, with a guy, Halston in Suffolk, and there was absolutely no rust on the thing at all. Nothing. The only thing it did have was obviously you had permanent headlights in them days when you never used to have permanent headlights, right? Because it's coming from California. And also the amount of dust and sand in it, right? Yeah. So everything I literally, when I came to cleaning the bike and the air filters, it was because it's a dry part of the world over there. Obviously, there was much more sand and shit than there would be rust and rot. You know. Right, here we go. Yeah, Tim's come back with a. Here you go. Look, 2,400.
Oh, really?
Right,
yeah.
Even better.
Yeah. Sounds a more decent price, doesn't it?
Yeah, cool, it does. Yeah. It's fine, mate. No, guy.
Was that bike a bit sun bleached as well? The colour's a little bit faded.
What's that? What the one from California?
From California.
No, it wasn't, mate. Actually, because it was a Suzuki GS, and it was the dark blue. So no, there was no fade on that. But I know what you're saying. Had it have been something like one of my other bikes, because I had the GPZ 1100 B1 and B2. Well, the B2 came in from Italy, right? And a fantastic bike. I've been told about it. I've shown pictures, this and the other. And it came in from Italy in very, very good condition. But obviously, with that one, where you've got nuts and fasteners and that, Italy, so its climate is obviously not, American. And obviously, America's a big place, so you got various climates. But it wasn't a dry climate. So there was a certain amount of rust on things, whereas I wouldn't have been on the GSA 50. But if the GPZ being red had been over in California or Texas or wherever, I truly believe, obviously the sun would have bleached it over the years. There's no two ways about it.
You would have a pink bike, especially
with a red one, because I mean the old red paint never fully hardens up because of the pigment in red paint. That's why you see. That's why you see red cars go pink. You don't so much now, but it's the same with the motorcycles. But it doesn't really necessarily have to be red. I mean, of course, you've seen bleach fade. You know, if you've got direct sun all the time on all sorts of colours, including black.
Yeah, because some of my parts on my Hoyasum came from California.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I got rear-ended.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to go buy new parts.
Yeah.
I could actually buy them second hand in America, have them shipped over, and it was a third of the price of just buying it new over here. So I thought, oh, sod it. I'll wait the 4 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and, the black plastic is sort of got a white mottled effect on it.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? Speaking of just changing subjects, like you seen the post up in the crew today, and I don't know how true it is because I mean I don't really pay that much attention to sort of Harley Davidson post, to be honest with you, as far as as far as the company's concerned. But supposedly to buy a Harley now, if you're going through the supposed EU and that, they're adding another something like 58% VAT on it or something or other.
Yeah, 56 or 58% import duty or something or other.
Yeah, apparently so.
Yeah. It's supposed to start, well, according to that write-up, I think it was supposed to start in June. So it's one. I don't know what
our VAT is like, so I don't know. Will it affect the prices over here? I wouldn't have thought so.
No, it shouldn't do in theory because we're not part of the EU anymore, are we? So therefore, if they want to impose import taxes or up taxes of some descript, that's down to them. We're not going to have to follow suit nowadays, are we?
Yeah. I don't want to reply to myself, so I'm on the official chat. I'm just sending John Little
another one from down under. O2 Big Kev just joined us.
Hello, Kev.
Hello, Kev. Have you joined us, buddy?
Springy.
Right. I've just sent John Little a link to join. Let's turn this off. Let's get rid of face bollocks. Right, there we go. O2 Big Kev. Yeah, great to have you aboard, Kev. Still got Gordon here. Right, fantastic. Right, Andy. Is Andy still there?
Yeah,
I am
there at the minute.
Yeah. Right, monkey bone.
Taking a
I don't know if you can remember. When I had my Virago, I imported that from America.
Was it you say your Virago come from the States?
Came from the States, mate. I imported it.
Oh, hey. Well, that sounds a bit.
Yeah, so mute. Hey, John, we got a load of feedback coming back from your sound, mate, from your microphone. I know John can hear us. John
I think
Little.
he's frozen,
Is he?
He's still there. We get a load of feedback, mate, from your set for your feedback for your microphone. Sorry for your feedback. Getting up, like late. Right, what we got here? Right, let's have a look. Like Kev, cheers, Springy. Right, and you're on it. Well, you take the village people tribute.
I ain't being the fucking cowboy.
NCA.
All right. I see. Tim knows his stuff. Now, the question, the thing I just brought up about Harley Davidson. Right, the UK imposed their own tariff on Harleys in response to our tariff on UK steel. Oh, right, okay.
Oh, God.
So it's all political again.
You've got to remember, since we've had the dead person elected in America, the old boy who doesn't know where he is and what fucking he's saying, we've got into a bit of. He looked like he's been dead 6 months, dug up. We've got into a bit of a trade war with them. Yeah. And they're going to slap tariffs on us and we're slapping tariffs on them.
So it's getting messy again for no apparent reason. It's not as if we're not been down this particular route before, Andy, is it?
Well, we're supposed to be their friend, isn't that? He don't know what a friend is because he don't even know what the fuck he is.
Yeah. 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 Right. Anyway, Gord, just finished restoring a GBZ 900. You lucky old boy. Is that? I like to see that as a restored bike, mate, from the States. For a mate, the bike was almost perfect. A bit of work to recommission, but the worst part was the paintwork. Yeah, it faded to almost pink. Well, there you go. And we're talking about a red GPZ 900R. You know, so if that's the case, then Gordon, I've got to ask. So you restored it, and you're obviously recommissioning the bike. And if people don't understand what recommissioning a motorcycle is or anything, it's obviously where a bike has been standing. So you recommission. Recommission could mean O-rings. It could mean everything. Brake pads. It could be brake lines. It could be tires. It could be anything. Carbs. Jets. God knows what. Diaphragms. You name it. Recommissioning can mean a lot of money. Yeah. It really can mean a lot of money, depending on what sort of bike you're on.
Money and time and effort.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, that's one of those things where when you decide to recommission something, you've got to get that right sort of balance. I mean, if that's your hobby, then fair enough. But a lot of the time when people recommission motorcycles, you notice that the price, whereas sometimes that would be 6 or 7 grand for a particular bike, it's normally 8, 9, 10 grand. And obviously it makes it that much more difficult to sell, which makes it far more difficult to then get your money back in the first place through all your time and effort you put into it.
Yeah.
So that's a shame.
I mean, it's the sort of thing you got to want to do, isn't it? I want that bike.
Yeah, I'm going to try and bring. Sorry, I'll bring back. We got John here at the moment. I'm just going to try and unmute John here.
I'm already unmuted.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's fantastic, mate. Sorry, but so you unmuted yourself, did you? No, so I've been looking at the thing. I didn't realise you unmuted yourself. That's a lot better, John.
Sorry about that. I got you playing as well, so.
No, that's fine, mate. No, we have had some problems. I mean, sometimes we've had Andy with his mic at home. He's obviously out in the car now, but when he's been at home and that, he's had some trouble with feedback with the mics. But that's spot on, mate. Yeah. Anyway, it's good to have you with us, John.
Yeah, new place is looking good, John.
It is, mate.
Yes, look.
Yeah,
you should be well pleased with what you've done.
It's untidy. I've got 10 years worth of crap in a 2-bedroom bungalow, but I've got more room than 1-bedroom flat. So
there you go.
It's just a matter of time, sort of room out at a time. Get it up, get it done.
I'm moving towards a pain in the ass anyway.
Yeah. So, but next month, I should be aiming towards my full license.
Right.
I've booked my theory. I've booked my CBT.
Excellent.
I'm going legal for the first time in my life.
Yeah, right. That'd be legal to ride a Honda CB1000, wouldn't
Book the AMPR cameras.
Yeah, that's what prompted me to actually go legal as well.
Yeah.
There's so many cameras around it. Take pictures of your number plate. I thought I could get myself well and truly shafted here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I found a major problem with the insurance companies.
What insurance?
You can't insure a bike, a 125, that you've borrowed to do your CBT. You can't insure it unless it's in your name.
Right.
That's a bit fucking stupid.
So normally what they do, if that's a CB, do they hire the bikes out for CBT though?
Yeah, but I mean, my height, I can't fit on the bikes they've got. So I've had to get my own bike.
Yeah.
So I can do the CBT on a bike I'm comfortable on.
Yeah. So what bike is that then, John?
Well, the thing is, the guy that actually owns it, what you have to do is get him to make you the registered keeper. He still owns it, and he makes you the registered keeper. Then when you've finished with it, you sign back the registered keepership to him.
Yeah, but that's putting another owner on the paperwork. Or another
That's not an owner. That's a registered keeper. It's different to an owner. It's not a sale.
Yeah, true.
It might.
Well, I've managed to sort it anyway, so.
Your V5 doesn't actually prove you own a bike. That just proves you're the registered keeper.
Yeah. But I've managed to sort it, so I've got insurance now.
Yeah. It's all good.
I've got it for a fortnight, so
Yeah.
And I transfer it over to put onto the CBF so I can use the CBF for my direct access.
When is your CBT booked for?
15th of next month.
15th
Oh,
May.
so-
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So, and my theory is booked in for the 7th of next month.
Anyway,
Good.
John, since we sent you last time live, obviously you purchased yourself another bike, and I believe it is the CB1000 Honda.
Yes.
Yeah, it's nice, mate. Nice, and you got it for good money, I believe.
Yeah. I do revere the comments that you made when I told you how much I paid for it, though, Weggy.
Right. Oh, to be fair, mate, you can buy a bag of apples for the same amount of money.
Yeah.
Right now, to be honest with you, it looks a good bike, and for the money you told me you got it for,
Yeah.
you know, I thought there must have been some violence involved. To be honest,
Well, he's still putting his arm back in the
yeah, I
sun.
was going to say, mate, yeah, he's still on it. Yeah,
I mean,
but no, that's
Skeggy's advised me on it. He's told me what to do. He's sat there and taught me how to do things.
Yeah.
I've serviced the brakes.
Yeah.
Those it's had new brake pads all the way around. I've got the handlebars to change and the clutch and brake lever.
Yeah.
And then it's ready for test. So
Yeah.
Cool. Was there much work? Was there much work needed doing to the bike end, John, when you bought it? Was there
That's
much?
it.
That was it. Was it?
Brakes, handlebars, levers.
Yeah. Oh, had it been sat for a while or something, had it?
It'd been stood for 3 years,
Yeah.
but it hadn't been started for 9 months. Oh, and a battery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she purrs like a kitten.
Yeah.
And yes, I reckon she's a good 140, 145 bike.
Yeah. I know you put pictures up on the face cobblers and all that, John. Have you done a little video of it? That's all.
Hang on. I don't know if they're on this laptop. I'll have a look.
All right, mate. Right, what we got?
Skeggy.
Skeggy, Mr. Skeggy
Hello,
Cruiser.
Skeggy, man.
Right,
Long time no see.
Evening, Skeggy.
Speaking of which, now Skeggy's here, right? I was going to give him a call at some point, but I'll tell you what, I really do want to know if he's on here at the moment. We're going to do this mods and rockers this year, mate. We must discuss that.
September, isn't it?
Yeah, it's September, mate. Yeah, we've done it every year apart from last year. So there you go, Tim.
Yeah, if it's on, I'll definitely be going this year.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah, I mean, I'll say we're still looking to for new events this year. I mean, I like to say with the crew and I'll put up enough events to cover us really for the year, and that's left a nice few gaps where other things can sort of fall into place, or we can arrange this, that, and the other. Or didn't want to overdo it this year, so things like that we always do though. And of course, but was it year before last? We did it. We met up with the scooter lads. We met up with the scooter lads, and that was a good run. There was about 400 bikes and scooters going down to Hunstanton. Sorry, Hunstanton, obviously, and we all fucking got taken down some poxy road that came to a dead end. Right.
Yeah,
Certainly did.
It was near Queenie's Castle as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. No, Skeggy, mate. It's good to see you, boy. It's good to see you, mate. We haven't had Skeggy on here for quite a while. The bloke was obviously a fucking regular hangout for many, many years, and he's had a little bit of a break of late. But it will be good to have Mr. Skegness Cruiser back on the panel at some point.
Yeah.
I just hope you keep him well, Skeggy.
Yeah, likewise.
Oh,
You're missed.
It's still a short ass.
Well, compared to you, fucking 99% of us are.
Yeah, exactly. exactly. Yeah, we got lost. We did.
I'll be lucky if I come up to your kneecaps, I tell you.
Right, okay, we got an answer now. I have spoken to Skeggy about it beforehand. Yes, hoping to get the sunny honey run. The sunny honey run this year, which will be fantastic because we always make a good event of it. A good event of it is a fucking good trip out. We all like Hunstanton. We all like fucking going up the Norfolk coast. And there we go. That's the answer you've got. Yeah.
How far is that from you, Weggy?
What's that? What, Hunstanton?
Yeah.
It's about, if I'm right in saying, it's about
70, 60?
about 70 mile. About 70 mile, isn't it, Andy?
Yeah.
About an hour and a quarter.
We'll meet to be in King's Lynn beforehand now.
Yeah, we do. We always do. Yeah, because we go further. Because what we do is normally when we make up nowadays, we'll go to Walkers up at Five Ways, and then we'll shoot off from Walkers at Five Ways, which is near Robin Peel, and then we'll shoot off to Cambridge, meet up with Skeggy and meet up with Carl and meet on so on and so forth. You know, depending on how many people are coming with myself, and normally Andy Suffolk Andy will ride up with myself, and then obviously from Cambridge, King's Lynn. Then we go straight up to Hunstanton. Yeah. So we got Hunstanton.
From Ipswich, it says about 69 miles.
Yeah. So there. Yeah. So from there on in, then we normally get to Hunstanton, and we've been up to Wells as well, which is a lovely place. You know, so that's cool. It's always a great day. It's always a fantastic day. I will trace past on the well wishes, so Thor would just come and personally thank you. Please all stay. Yeah, no worries, Jim. No worries, mate. Hope you're feeling better, dude.
Yeah. Hope you recover.
Definitely.
No long COVIDs or death.
Yeah. Absolutely. You just have to remember to pack a clear visor, Weggy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah, of course. Well, I'm so tired. Sorry, excuse me, I'm tired. I'm struggling.
That's lost on me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hi, Jim. Right, let's have a look here. Flick through. Good day, Jim. I hope you're doing better, mate. Cool. Well, I don't think you're ever normal, mate, but there you go. Anyway, things are going. Please all stay safe. All the best to you, mate. All the best to you, dude.
Yeah.
It's not been funny with all that shit. Hopefully, we're all talking about this sort of tonight, just briefly, and it's great to see everybody slowly getting together. Of course, there's common sense involved in that, you know, but we're fingers crossed, everything going okay. We're getting there. And come, obviously, June the 21st, I think it's June the 21st, when the final stage is, impregnated into the system and that. And we're pretty much, with common sense again, free to pretty much do as you so wish. Let's just hope it stays that way. I know Andy's got ideas, you know, but at the moment, it's good to see. I got video footage of tonight and this, that, and the other, so it's great to see bikers communing again, you know, and enjoying themselves and relaxing, you know. And that was great because as soon as I got the sign of that, one of the crew guys, Helmet, went and bought me a fucking pint, which was fantastic. I mean, I love that shit. As you know, Peter.
Beer.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't mention a half dozen minimum that you owe me now.
I've never ever, I've got to say this, right, gentlemen, right? I've never ever bought Peter a pint to ever wish for it to come back, right?
No, you've never bought any back. Can we stop there?
Yeah.
Can we stop there?
You know what?
Weggy, you just need to say, I've never ever bought Dobby a pint.
That's exactly what you said. Yeah.
Full stop.
To get everything back. Let's have a look here.
Oh, bless your heart.
Tim, I'm really happy to see you catch being able to get together again. Your lockdowns have been prison like they have been, mate.
I'll tell you something about that. I think it was day before yesterday, I think it was. My missus says to me, I'm going to go over the shop. And normally, I walk over there with her. But I can't at the moment. So I hobbled out to the fucking garage. How sad am I? I've got a patio chair in the garage so that I could do a bit of filming over the last weekend.
Right.
And I sat there in the garage on my own looking at the fucking bike.
Dribble coming down the chin.
Chris,
can I just say, Chris, that's not sad. That's not sad.
We all do that, mate. We all do that. Fucking spend hours out there, mate. A little bit of music in the background, right? A pint in your hand. The bike is there. Yep. You can spend a week looking at it, and you look at the same thing. Yeah.
The other night,
she thought I was fucking strange.
Oh, mate. We're
all no. The other night, I actually went out. I think it was about 10:30. I'd already gone to bed, and I got up, and I thought, no, I wandered out to the garage and just literally sat on the bike. Just sat on her. I had a couple of cigarettes and just sat there. And I'll tell you what, it was lovely.
I can totally relate to that because quite often if I can't sleep, I'll go out to the garage and think, okay, look, I've got half a dozen little jobs I want to do on the bike. 3 o'clock in the morning, who gives a shit? I ain't got to start it up. I'll go and do it, whether it be change the brakes or fucking bleed them or
I don't do any jobs. I just sit there.
Whatever it is, and I'll just go and do it at stupid o'clock. But, yeah, I just fucking sat there on this patio chair. And I had 2 or 3 people walk past my garage looking at me, and I'm there just looking at. I'm planning putting the exhaust on.
Yeah. Do you know what though? See, the thing is, Chris, what you just said. I mean, we all can. I mean, when you've just cleaned your bikes, right? You spent 3 or 4 hours detailing the bikes or making them look good. So when you go out, your bikes. It's not about your bike standing out. It's about you being proud of your bike, looking clean, looking good. And looking finished. Yeah. You clean your bike. I can spend 3 or 4 hours after cleaning the bike looking at the bastard, just checking my own. I'm thinking to myself, and occasionally, after 2.5 hours, you might spot a bit that you missed. Right, so you're going to spend another hour getting all the gear out to clean it.
Can I just say at this point, Reggie, when you do come and take the RF out, I will expect it to come back nice and clean, obviously.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest with you, Peter, right? If I pick it up and it looks like shit, right, that'll come back looking like shit. I can guarantee you that much.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
There's no worries, mate. But the thing is, at least I can tell you that your pile of shit, right, runs well. You know what I'm saying? So,
that'll do me lovely. That'll do me lovely.
No, I've no doubt, mate. You've spent fucking hours cleaning that bike, right? That bike would be absolutely mint. Because the trouble is, I can't be seen to be riding a bike, right? It looks like shit.
You've got a reputation to keep. That's what it is.
You said, mate. And the thing is, I will put a sticker on it saying this is Tyler's bike.
I'm not having another sticker. I've already got 2 on there.
Yeah, one of which is a Suffolk Crew sticker, mate.
Suffolk Crew, of course it is. Yeah. And do you know what my daughter says? She keeps saying, "Aren't you going to take those bloody stickers off the back of your bike, Dad?"
Yeah, I know. What's the other one? Keep dogging legal.
No, no such luck. No, the other one is St. Ed's Crew.
Yeah, fucking Johnny. I knew he'd come out with something, you know. No, the thing is about having a motorcycle, right? That's good. You do as much mechanical work as you can with your own motorcycles, yeah. And of course, part of the privilege of owning a motorcycle is looking after the fucking thing, right, and cleaning it yourself. Right, I know cleaning is a ball ache for some people. It don't bother me. I actually enjoy making the bike look good, but sometimes 3 or 4 hours.
It's very therapeutic.
Especially when you've told your other half that I'll only be an hour, and you're still there, fucking 4.5 hours later, still piss balling about, that sort of stuff. But no, mate, it's so why, John, you got a small enough 125cc motorcycle, mate. Most of it is plastic. And yet you still take it up to the foreigners up a fucking road for them to jet wash it. What's the matter with you do? You should be enjoying. You should get a privilege. It should be a privilege, mate, to clean your little old 125. Yeah, a little sticker. Yeah. Happy smile.
I need one for the left foot as well as the right foot.
They don't. Seriously, John, if you take it up to the jet wash lads, I know we got them all around, everywhere now with the cars and that, and generally about 15, 16 quid, right, for an inside out job. So what do these foreign guys, these garages, charge for a 125 motorcycle, mate? Let me know, will you? Don't like you, mate.
Hang on,
I wouldn't let them lose on jet wash with my bike.
For sharing for big bike. What do you say again?
I wouldn't let them loose on my bike with a fucking jet wash.
No,
way.
I would use a jet wash on mine anyway. No, if it's caked in mud, yeah. But normal road dirt and stuff. No.
So the thing is,
I hate washing your bike. It's too much bloody chrome.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Don't get me wrong. I mean, a jet wash, with a decent jet wash, you get the variable. So you put it on a soft wash, right? Which obviously you can wash it down. But, you know, really, if you want to destroy your paintwork and then start raising paint off your casings and all that stuff, by all means, go ahead and put 150 PSI down your fucking crankcase. you know, and of course, not only that, it's ingress into electrics, ingress into, seals and all that, and that blows all the grease off and all that. Oh, man, it's the worst possible shit that can be done to a bike, to be honest.
Yeah.
10 quid.
£10. Really? £10? Fucking
I'll get my car done for that.
Yeah. Fucking better off going down to the fucking bookies and booking on Sugar for a run, isn't you?
I can get a pack of 18 Strongbow for that.
Get soapy water and a fucking microfiber cloth. That's all you need.
Jesus Christ.
That's why I must admit I'm looking forward to Sunday, because I think I've got Sunday off, in which case I'm going to get the bike out and give it a good old wash over.
Yeah.
I must admit I'd like to do that.
Fuck it, it's springy. I told a bandit when I'm off to see the missus. Nice one, mate. Yeah. Well, seriously. I mean, I know all the lads are watching, right? You know, I don't know. I mean, it's like we, you know, any of the motor vloggers, right? They spend so much time putting the videos together. And I say, you go back to watching fucking Tim Kreitz, right? He goes all over the place, right? Records his stuff. And you ever spend time with your missus, Tim, right? Because they're all obviously out on the bike, so you're covering, you know, fucking hundreds of miles in Texas, man. And of course, do you ever spend any time with your missus? Because also you're a musician in bands. Yeah. So he lives a busy life. So it'll be interesting to see what he has to say. He's probably
I don't think he's done much with the band stuff recently.
Nah,
he's had his problems, hasn't he?
If he's anything like we used to be, it was Tuesday night was for the missus, and that was it.
Yep. Yeah, that was.
See, it's different for you on a Thursday because you get a fucking stew cooked for you.
Like,
yeah.
That's a stew tonight. And last week
and
I had the
sausage rolls.
I had the sausage roll, and I had the race back from Stonham, mate, because there was a kebab. There was a kebab waiting. Yeah.
Oh man, so you've had stew, a kebab, and sausage rolls. You fat
mate, I tell you, fucking love
no wonder you're a fat bastard.
There we go. Right. Yeah, I know. I'll tell you what, Peter. It's like I fucking know you, boy. Right. Anyway, I just got back from a 3-day 700.
You know I love you.
I just got back from a 3-day 700 motorcycle tour to Texas Hill Country. It rained the whole time.
Things are changing
in Texas. I spent 6 hours dismantling and cleaning the F-set when I got home. Well, that's what we do, mate. In fact, I know quite a few people, right, who will refuse after a run, especially if it's a wet run, to put their bikes away. They've got to clean them first before their day is ended. You know.
If I've been out and it's been pissing down with rain and I've got crap all over the bike, I generally hose it off before I put it away. The only time I don't is if I am in like at the point of fucking collapse or fucking hypothermia, and then I'll go and sort myself out first. But then I'll go back out.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying, mate. I know what you're saying. It's just one of the worst things I remember. Yeah, bikes been covered shit. I'll tell you, huh?
Beeswax.
Mr. Sheen, I was going to say.
Mr. Sheen.
It's the beeswax.
Hold on, Skeggy. Just going back to you. What sort of PSI or what sort of bar setting are you using on your jet wash, mate? Because to be honest with you, I haven't seen too many of your bikes that have looked as if they've been fucking sandblasted. To be honest, they look all in pretty good shape. Do they not?
I've got one of those muck-off jet washers that's supposed to be gentle for bikes. Now, if it is or not, I don't know. Yeah, it's designed for bikes, apparently, motorbikes.
I think you've got to remember, is it's not just about the PSI coming out the nozzle, it's how close you are.
Exactly.
Yeah,
of course.
Decent way back and actually give it a spray over.
Yeah.
That's what I always do, yeah.
See, I used to know people who I had bought one myself for the same job as, the fertilizer cans. You know, and just if you're going to wash a bike down, you can use a fertilizer sprayer. Obviously, with water, not fucking fertilizer in it, you know. Fucking stack load of weed all over your tank. Fantastic, mate.
Leggy.
Yeah.
Share that.
Sorry?
Share that
96 PSI, Skeggy's saying. Let's have a look here. Where we got? Where's your?
I've shared a picture.
I'll be back in a minute.
Where are we? Let's have a look here, John. Can't fucking see it, mate. Where would it be? Share. Let's have a look here. Share screen.
I've not seen anything come up on the messenger.
No, I haven't. No. I haven't.
Where
mate.
did you share it, John? I can't see it.
Well, did
Oh,
you
wait,
use your share
wait,
button at the bottom?
Let's have a look here. No, it's absolutely nothing I can share from you at the moment, John.
Huh?
No.
Try again, bud.
Oh, let's have a look. Right. Just I try to make my time over the past year, one time again because in 2020 there's virtually no live music in Texas due to the pandemic. Yeah, absolutely. That's just going back. Sorry, John, I'm sort of obviously following what you're doing there, mate. Yeah, it's been the same over here, Tim. You know, obviously bands have not been able to play and that's still ongoing. That's still ongoing. I mean, the bands will be able to play outside. And I can't remember the exact date with that one now, but
it would be the 21st of June, wouldn't it? Really?
That will be, but they can play it. They can play outside before that.
And they
Yeah,
be in July then.
They can play outside, but obviously then you've still got the tables of people. Or I can't remember how it goes now. I'm getting damn tired. I know that much.
Yeah, was it 19th of May, maybe?
Yeah, something like that, mate. I know there's another change in May, but of course, live music worldwide has taken a massive hit. So I fully understand what you're saying there, Tim. So yeah, well, let's have a look here anyway. Right, hold on. So that's John. This is John's bike. CB1000. What sort of mileage you got on it, in John?
50,000.
It's not all.
It just depends how they've been used, doesn't it? Really.
It's been looked after.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
Yeah, it looks
Looks
all right.
very nice. I like it.
2007.
It's yeah, it's good on the road for 6,500 quid, isn't it?
Is it-
That, can you?
6.5.
Was it missing anything in, John?
Yeah.
Was it missing anything when you bought it? Was it missing anything, you know, that you would have had to replace?
Hang on, let me turn the sound down on this. There we go.
Yeah.
So that again.
Oh, that's us, because normally you wouldn't pick up a bike like that for that sort of money. I've got to be honest, mate. You just would not do it. You know, you can't pick up a 125 in shit state for that sort of money. So that right. That's a hell of
I
a
sort
purchase,
of
mate.
know the guy that I got it off, and
Was it mates rates? Was it?
he sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he scared himself because it came off. He came off it.
Yeah.
I'm positive he came off it. He says he didn't, but I think he did.
Yeah.
So that's why I've got to replace the handlebars and the clutch lever.
Oh, but so the handlebars on there now, which we can see here, right?
Yeah.
Right. They're the ones you put on, are they?
No, they're the old ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
The clutch lever's bent, and the clutch side lever side is bent on the handlebars.
Yeah, it looks like it's coming
Slightly
towards
lower,
the
isn't
wire.
it?
Yeah. So it needs a new set of bars and a new clutch lever, definitely. And while I'm doing it, I might as well do the brake lever.
Yeah.
Because they're both
Right.
they're independent, adjustable. So
Changing it to shit.
Oh man, that's I'll tell you what, and you still haven't seen the T-shirt. Sorry, John, but yeah, fucking hell. Henry L called Sage.
Oh God, here we go again.
Oh God, stop!
Right, here we go. That's a good one. I like it one. Sweet old Honda, you guys have met. That's true, mate. Our license plates are fucking ridiculous. They really are.
Hideous.
Yeah,
I hate them.
Absolutely hideous.
Yeah, but believe you me, Tim, mate, if we can get away with smaller plates, we do. Yeah, trust me.
You do. I do.
Yeah.
Well, you can shrink them down without. I think the actual size of the number plate doesn't matter, isn't it? It's the actual size of the font and the spacing.
It's the size of the plate as well, mate.
Number plate.
There are so many things. Number plates over here are a minefield.
Oh.
You've got to have certain thickness of letter, certain width of the letter, certain width of the gap between the letters, above, below, each side, to the side of the plate.
There's
so many things.
It's got to be a certain width, and it's got to have a certain Oh.
9 out of 10 MOT testers won't let them go through small.
I've got a question for Tim.
Right.
Tim Kretz. Yes?
Yeah. Tim, yeah.
Are you any relation to Ed Kretz? If you'd like to answer that one.
Who's Ed Kretz?
If you're a relation to Ed Kretz Jr., I've got a poster signed by your relative sat on my wall, and these guys won't know who it is.
No,
it was Ed Kreutz then.
Ed Kretz was the Iron Man in 1938.
It's a German name.
He was the Indian race champion.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
And I've got the poster on here, and it's signed by Ed Kretz Jr.
Yeah, 5%. Sorry. Yeah. No, I'm not sure, mate. I said Tim will come back on that one for you, Tom.
Yeah, it's at the bottom.
Which probably means it's at least 6x8 in reality.
Yeah, right. CBF 37 grade with my ones and just keep an eye on the static coil of the light one. Find the early CBF.
I will.
Yeah, obviously, I know. Yeah, guys, Jim had the CBR 1000, I believe, which is the red one. Red one. Was it fucking red one? It was a red one, yeah. Yeah, because it was, yeah.
Yeah, it was a red.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, I'm telling you, I am absolutely, my memory banks are shit. Absolute shit, mate.
That's how days went.
I'll tell you, mate, look, I've got all sorts of stuff that people have been buying me while I've got fucking diaries. I'll never look at it because I never remember, right?
Back in a minute, folks. Old man bladder.
I've got, okay, mate, I've got a password keeper book, right? Right? And guess what? I forget to look at it. Yeah.
That's how days went.
What you need, Wiggy, is a book that you can list all the books that you've got to remind you to look into.
About the books that I need to fucking read, so I can carry on through life without actually, sort of threatening myself with early death.
Oh, don't. I tell you what, it gets to us all. The number of times I've literally walked upstairs because there's something I wanted upstairs, and as soon as I walk into my bedroom, I'll stand there like a prize plum, and I have no fucking idea what I went up for.
I know, mate. I know exactly. It's like Sam said to me. She said, "What are you standing over there for?" And I thought to myself, all I want is a mug from the fucking mug cupboard. Yeah. But I was standing there in the fridge. I was standing next to the fridge, and my brain wouldn't compute, right, as to what I needed. Yeah, and what did I do the other day? I was heading with a sugar pot, and I went to put the sugar back in the fridge, and the fucking milk was in the same spot as the sugar bowl was. I mean, really? That's getting bad. Terrible.
Oh dear.
Anyway, let's have a look here. So anyway. Not enough is probably a different spelling. Yeah, because that's Tim Kreitz. Tim Kreitz. Am I saying that right, Tim? Tim Kreitz Adventures. Right, Tim Kreitz. Yeah. We've been chatting to Tim for fucking years.
Well, I must admit, when you talked about his blogs earlier, I've actually subscribed to him tonight, so I'm going to have a look at some of his videos.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, just John, if any of you lads have not seen Tim Kreitz Adventures YouTube back in really. Man, shoot me.
PT's back in with
YouTube
you.
channel. That's the word I was looking for. Channel, not fucking peanut or apple or fucking grapefruit. It's channel, right? Oh no, mate, it's terrible, isn't it?
Reggie,
Yes,
I
mate.
think you need to ask Stitch what she's actually putting in her sausage rolls.
I'll tell you, mate. I don't know something else. I can't make her. She's flat out on the
They're herbal.
settee under a blanket, right? She's asleep. She's been asleep for about 2 hours.
Oh, lucky her.
Yeah. Anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to nip off for a bit, and I'm going to let somebody else join you for a bit. So I'll speak to you lads in a while. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Hey,
Skiggy.
Skiggy.
Bless me, bless you.
Hello, bruv.
Hello, man.
How
are you?
Are we all good?
Yeah, we're all good.
How's
How's you?
yourself?
Not bad, sir. Not bad. Apart from
Yeah,
looking like
let's
a bit of sunshine and I go white. I'm brown my eyes and brown everywhere else. It's like you sat out in the sun and you can hear.
It's that panda look.
It is. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, you got a slight echo, but you're all right.
Right, I'll plug in and see if we change out. See if out changes. Just bear with me.
Right, at least it was nice to see him, if nothing else.
Fuck me, it sounds like someone's on dial-up. Well, it looks like Tim's got a bow out, so I'll say night, Tim. Take care of yourself, buddy.
See you later, Tim, boy.
Enjoy.
Take care, Tim. Look forward to seeing your videos.
Yeah, I shall drop by later on and have a gander.
Yeah, I definitely will.
Hasn't been putting out so many due to COVID.
Hello, Julie.
Hello,
You're
Hello,
back,
Julie. How are
darling.
you?
I am.
Jimmy.
You keeping well?
Careful, Carl. Boss is back.
I have to watch what I say now.
Yeah.
Has she brought you fresh beer, Carl?
No, I'll bring the beer up myself. I'm a big boy now.
Yeah, I've got the Pepsi Max out, Jude. Don't worry.
So you've been keeping all right then, Julie?
Yeah. Hang on.
What's up?
Lots of bubbles. Bubbles. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, you took the old man out for a walk yesterday.
No, that was today.
Or was it today? Sorry.
In case I ran off to play with the sheep.
Did you take your wellies?
Oh, no, I didn't.
No.
No, she's got the photograph of the rear end of the sheep. But
That's enough.
I didn't have my wellies, so there was no damning evidence.
What the front end?
Oh, the sheep was winking at you, was it?
Oh, got pearly lips.
Okay, so it was a crap photo.
So try to take a picture with this nice tree and
Nice
all the
view.
nice view.
Lovely view.
There's
And
a
the
sheep's
sheep's
arse
arse
right
is-
in the middle.
Yeah, I was not very well. So, how's everybody?
Van
good.
Davidorsy.
All good, thank you.
How's your foot?
It's right. Hence, I've moved and I'm now in the dark because I got my missus to set me up at the other end in the dining room, and then I had to come and put the leg back up because the swelling was coming back.
Yeah.
So I had
nasty.
to put the laptop on the floor and slide it along the floor because I can't carry anything. So I got a fucking bottle of Coke sliding in one hand, laptop sliding in the other hand. Then I had to go back and get my cushions.
Well,
Hence,
bless
I'm now
you,
sitting
Chris.
down this end using the TV to light up this end of the room so they can see me.
And Andy's out dogging again.
Oh God, Andy.
Oh Jesus!
I'll tell you what, Julie, he's been in and out like a bloody yo-yo tonight.
Yeah,
Surprised he's actually got any
So
breath.
it's slowed down the last hour, though.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't you slow down after all of that?
No, I'm an all-nighter, mate.
So how's everybody else?
All good.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
good, my dog.
All right.
Good.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Sorry
Oh,
about the
sorry.
clock.
Dobby's tired.
Yeah,
Bless him.
I know. I'm a
All of
youngster,
that
you
to
know.
work today.
You've been
Yeah,
working
I
out
bet-
with the carrots and the fucking parsnips again, ain't you?
No, I've been in the toilet rolls and nappies today.
Oh,
That seems to be my regular job. In between the tills, I have to rush off and go and start stacking up all the nappies and the tissues and the bog rolls. What I like to call my shit job.
Yeah.
Everybody say there's money in shit, Dobby.
Yeah, well, there you go. Not a lot, but there is some.
yeah.
I thought it was where there's muck, there's brass, but okay, money and shit. I suppose same difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, same difference.
Yeah.
Down here, that'll do. We've got plenty of shit to find money in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Let's get,
It's a squeaky noise.
no. Not that one. There's a.
No.
It's like a bleeping in the background.
well, I don't know about a bleep.
Skeggy, mute yours.
Skeggy.
Yeah,
Skeggy.
Bastard.
What's it sound like?
Very fast beeping.
Yeah.
Almost like a dial-up tone.
Is it any better now?
No.
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 Oh, I can hear it now, though. The fuck's that? I say, where the fuck's at?
Yes. Crazy, where's that coming from?
Right. Is it
Skeggy,
still
can you-
there?
It's quieter. It's still there, but it's quieter.
Quiet.
It's not there now.
Stop now, yeah.
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 that's 'cause he's
Turn your
muted himself.
vibrator off, mate.
Yeah.
Well, he's doing more hair flapping than you.
I know.
I didn't know that with my van, so I've turned my van off, and that weren't that. So
You're having a bad hair day,
No,
Skeggy.
It's definitely skeggy.
I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Hi, Springy. Thanks.
I've never been able to do that.
Oh, bless Chris.
I've always had
Oh,
short hair.
full love.
Oh.
Yeah.
Surely when you were a teenager you had hair.
Are you trying to talk to us,
Yeah,
Skeggy?
no, I shave it. I shave
Oh,
it.
right.
Skeggy,
I
mate.
never had long hair.
Did it mute itself automatically then?
Oh,
I
that's
don't
better.
know,
We can't hit.
you-
It's
you-
not
I
there
don't-
now.
I don't know who did.
It has stopped.
Unless it
I'll
was.
see if I can find a picture of me with hair, Julie.
I bet it did it when I unplugged the microphone. I bet it
He's
automatically.
lurking in the background.
All right. Why? Because there's so many on.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
No, he's gone for a fag.
No, he's just being nice.
Taking 2 minutes where he can.
Either that or he's doing something he shouldn't.
Yeah.
And having a fag afterwards.
He assured us that she's asleep on the settee. He wouldn't wake
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Now, we all know he definitely wouldn't wake her. So,
Don't know what you mean, Skiggy.
I put my glasses down. Well, I did. Oh, there they are. I put my glasses down somewhere. I couldn't find them. Like shit. Old age syndrome. There they are. Aha!
Oh,
So what you been up to, Skeggy? Long time no see.
Well, it's last time I came on the hangout was. Oh,
That's
God.
me with hair, Julie.
Wow.
Oh, right.
That wasn't.
Good God.
Yeah, that wasn't the 80s, was it, Chris?
Look at neck.
That was
A long time ago.
86.
1949.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Definitely 86. It was my honeymoon.
You really should have known that better than quicker response, shouldn't you?
I'm gonna nip off for a little while. I'll
always had short hair.
Weggy come back on. I'll come back on later because I've got to go and sort a truck out. So see you all later. I will be back.
See you, Andy.
It's all right, mate.
Did we ever get a honeymoon?
No.
Did you ever get married?
Sorry?
Did you actually ever get married?
Yeah. Yeah, in 1988.
And he didn't take you on a honeymoon?
No.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah,
They're doing it, bro. They're doing it.
Yeah, you took me on a 2-year honeymoon. We went to Northern Ireland, didn't we?
yeah.
Oh, there you go. What more do you want? Crikey.
It's no good walking up and down the Falls Road in 89.
No,
No.
that was no good in our street in 1989. They blew the bastard up.
No, that was December 88.
December 88.
Yeah, December the 8th, 88, because it was our troop do.
Oh, right, yeah.
So, yeah. And next morning, when we went back to the house, the net curtains looked okay. And I thought, oh, my God, it's fine, it's okay. And then as we walked up, we realised there was absolutely no windows.
No.
And when I touched the nets, everything just went, ugh.
Oh, my God.
I've been cultivating this yucca plant that had been rather neglected, and I'd got all the leaves and it was starting to look beautiful. That was a goner. But we picked the Christmas tree up because it had gone sideways. We picked the Christmas tree up. The lights were still flashing. There was one ball missing.
I thought you said it was the 8th of December.
Yeah, 8th of
Why
December.
did you have a Christmas tree up? That's way too soon.
Yeah, kids.
Yeah.
So my mate puts his up in October.
Whole
Fucking
day
idiot.
for Christmas.
No. Mine goes up on Christmas Eve, and they don't call it Boxing Day for nothing, so therefore you put the Christmas tree back in the box on Boxing Day.
Oh, I thought he was a Scrooge.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, it's sticky. It was December.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, that's not so bad. That's not so bad.
November or October.
I would say this day and age, that's bloody marvellous to get it up in December, because around us they're putting it up in October, November. It's disgusting.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
And by the way, John or bro, you are muted still. So you was talking away to yourself and you were muted. You have to mute yourself at the bottom. Old age and poverty. He was talking away and nobody could hear him.
Who did that?
Hey.
Now we know why you're muted. You know, it's just got you.
He's having a
He got the hiss.
Yeah,
What is it about you two, Skeggy and John?
I was filling my glass.
Yeah, but you're hissing. Not pissing. Yeah, not pissing, hissing. It's on now.
I'm going for a hiss.
Don't
Don't have a hiss, darling.
It's old age.
Yeah, it's fine now. Don't move it.
It ain't broke, don't fix it.
Cheers.
Good health.
Cheers.
Right, with that, I'm going to bid you all good night. Try and lay down and get comfortable again.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris.
I'm assuming the foot's no better.
So, yeah, it's not too bad, thanks, buddy. It's
getting there, but
yeah, today's the first day that I spent any time sitting up, so obviously it's swollen back up again. So I'm kind of laid across the sofa at the moment with my foot up on the back of it, but it's not that comfy. So
no,
I shall. I'll catch you all next. Oh, look, it's the boss man.
All
I'll
right,
catch you
Chris,
all next
I
week, and
understand
I'll catch
you
him next week as well.
Yeah, I understand you're going to fly off him, mate. You take it easy, boy.
Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah.
Look
You
after
take care,
yourself,
guys.
Chris.
And
Take
everybody
care,
that's on the
Chris. Enjoy.
sidelines, saying a night to you as well.
Good seeing you, bud.
Catch you all next week.
Yeah,
See you later, guys.
absolutely. Look after yourself, mate. I'll speak to you soon, Chris, all right?
Yeah, take care. Night.
No worries. See you later, buddy.
Right.
Right. Just, how you doing, Skeggy boy?
Not bad, mate. It's not bad at all, sir. I was just
Good,
saying, it was the week before Christmas.
Right, Tim.
I came on the hangout.
Right, Tim.
See you later, Tim.
Oh, pardon me. I think you went a while back.
Yeah, probably did, mate. Anyway, just saying, that's great for Tim to have joined us, mate. You know, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sorry, Ski.
No, I say it was the week before Christmas. The last time you came on because you had the hangout Christmas Eve, and I said the week before, I said, "No, I can't make Christmas Eve."
No.
And that was the last time I came on.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's his fault as much as anything else. Like, you know, it's his fault.
Why is it my fault?
That's his fault, was it, John's?
Because you're hideously ugly.
War games.
War games.
Well, it's his fault. He just don't shut up. I don't get a word in edgeway.
He's gone,
Yeah. So yes, hopefully we shall be making it back on a little bit more often. But,
Yeah, it'd be good to see, mate. It's obviously you know, it's of course every week you get sort of different characters and that, and of course we have a great time. But you know, when you've got established faces and characters like yourself, obviously you notice when those particular people are missing.
if nothing else, my face is established.
Established, same as as well established, worn, torn, fucking abused. You know.
Yeah.
I don't care anymore. It makes no difference to me one way or the other. Honestly, most of the time it's covered up in a great big plastic lid. So, what we got here? Right, Johnny Langton's. Who's still about, by the way? Who's still about?
Good.
Got my Springy, Gordon.
Yeah, right. We have Gordon, Springy still about. Of course, it's getting late. I must admit, I do have to admit, after the fantastic night at Stonham tonight, Samantha's been asleep on the settee now for about two hours.
Poker.
I'm getting fairly tired myself, right?
Must admit, I'm shattered.
You know, but so I'm going to sort of knock this on the head. I'm going to knock this on the head right now, okay? It's great that everybody's joined us. You know, it's great to see Skeggy again. I know it's a little bit late in the evening, but I must admit I am really tired. So I'd just like to thank everybody who's joined us tonight, i.e. Carl, Julie, Dobby, obviously John, yourself, Skeggy, Tim, Springy, John, Maestro, Cruck and Fighty, and just about everybody else who has come aboard. All right. I'm going to leave you for a minute. I'm going to sit back and just let you guys have a chat for 5 minutes. All right.
Oh, thanks for that.
So does anyone want to know about toilet rolls? Because I'm quite adept at those.
No, nappies, mate, nappies.
Nappies? Oh, I can do nappies.
Yeah,
I can do Pampers. I can do Huggies. I can do Little Angels.
I can do DIY saunas.
I can even do dry pants for adults if you want.
Yeah, I don't know anything less than fly, I'm afraid. When it comes to toilet paper, 3-ply, you can't 3-ply or above, you can't go lower.
Right, nice.
3-ply, eh?
Ladies,
you're a bus bugger.
Ladies and gentlemen, right, I'm going to fucking fall asleep. I'm going to fall asleep in 5 minutes.
Well,
oh, poor old Wendy's had it, look.
I'm misunderstood when the missus says you're a delicate fucking arsehole. I can't.
I must admit, obviously, arsehole I recognise. Delicate, possibly not. Cool. You bastard, or you are a. Anyway, it's been a fantastic night, everybody. Again, I mean, like next week, I can host this again for the. It's not going to be every week now because I'm obviously going back to work after bank holiday. We'll see how that go. I'm hoping I can do permanent days now rather than doing the alternate shifts, which means I can still host the things. But if it does go back the way that it was before, then obviously hangouts from myself will be alternate weeks. All right.
Yeah. Carl can do the others.
Yeah, Carl's quite happy to sort of do the other one, isn't he? You know,
I've been volunteered.
Yeah,
you love it.
Yeah, he do. He loves it.
It depends on what works I got, but if I'm working, say like tonight at 8 o'clock, I can do one every now and then. But normally I've been on 10 o'clocks at the moment.
Yeah, Springy and I, we want a link to your dry pants. I mean, no, and
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Send me a link to the dry pants, right, piece of
All right, I will sort that out.
Yeah, Springy. Springy's been fantastic, mate.
in love.
Right, nice from Gordon, Friday, brilliant. Fucking Springy, Gordon, mate, fantastic. You joined us and everybody else. I'm going to knock it on the head. So, bollocks. Fantastic. See you later, everybody.
Bye.
I'll tell you what, let's just see us out. What should we play now? Let's have a look here. Should we go for that one?
Yeah, put that one on.